Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday. It is Julie here with your TipRanks pre-market morning update, where we're bringing you everything you need to know before the market opens. Today, we'll be covering exciting stock market news, notable earnings reports, as well as this morning's biggest gainers and losers. Now, if you aren't already, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so you can stay up to date with all of our latest videos. And make sure to tune back at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Richard Allen's Power Hour, where he'll catch you up with what's been going on in the market throughout the day. All right, now let's get right into it, starting off with stock market news. U.S. stock futures are mixed so far this morning. The Dow futures are down 0.16%, while the S&P 500 futures are up 0.05% and NASDAQ futures up 0.3% currently. The price of Bitcoin has slid below $33,000. Now, one of the lures of Bitcoin is that it's been beyond government reach, but recent news has investors worried. U.S. officials announced that they were able to seize $2.3 million in Bitcoin, paid to the hacker group DarkSide, who is said to be behind the Colonial Pipeline hack. They say they were able to obtain the private key or password for one of the hackers' Bitcoin wallet. In IPO news, investors will be looking for Monday.com to hit the markets expected on Thursday. Monday.com operates an enterprise development platform using low-code or no-code, which allows users to drag and drop using simple commands. In other words, a person does not need to be technical to build applications, resulting in a cross between custom programming and off-the-shelf software. The company expects to raise about $500 million, with shares being priced between $125 to $140. Salesforce and Zoom Technologies have agreed to purchase $150 million worth of shares in a private placement. E-commerce software and point-of-sale provider Lightspeed POS has announced that it will acquire two e-commerce companies for $925 million. They will be acquiring Equid and New Order, two global digital commerce companies. The Montreal-based company said that these two acquisitions will allow Lightspeed to unify the retail ecosystem and foster business creation. Equid and New Order both generated $20 million in revenues in their last quarter, and they grew by more than 50% and 30% respectively year over year. The Lightspeed stock does come in as a strong buy with an average upside potential of 31%. Global producer of construction aggregates Vulcan Materials has agreed to acquire U.S. Concrete. The cash deal will be valued at nearly $1.3 billion. U.S. Concrete has 27 aggregates operations that serve California, Texas, and the Northeast. In 2020 alone, the company shipped 12.6 million tons. The acquisition of USCR proves to complement Vulcan's existing footprint, and the ready-mixed concrete operations will be advantageous in expanding Vulcan's service capabilities. The Vulcan stock currently comes in as a moderate buy with an average upside potential of 8.8%. HBT Financial, the holding company of Heartland Bank and Trust Company, has agreed to acquire NXT Bank Corporation. The deal is worth approximately $42.8 million, and with this acquisition, HBT increases its presence in Iowa. The acquisition is expected to close in Q4. NXT Bank operates in eastern Iowa using a relationship-based approach. At the end of March, it had assets of $241 million and deposits of $184 million. Under the agreement, NXT investors will get 67.67 HBT shares and $400 cash for each NXT share held. Now, there aren't any recent ratings on the HBT Financial stock. Both come in over a month ago, and it currently comes in as a hold with an average upside potential of nearly 6%. Summit Hotel Properties has agreed to acquire Residence Inn from Marriott Steamboat Springs for $33 million. Summit is acquiring the 110-room property through its joint venture with GIC. Summit plans to fund its 51% stake in the acquisition with about $17 million in cash on hand. Following the acquisition, Summit expects to have total liquidity of $425 million. The acquisition is expected to close in late Q2 or early Q3. Now, Residence Inn, which is opened in December of 2020, is located near the base of Mount Werner and a key tourist attractions. The hotel is strategically positioned to capture both winter skiing and summer leisure demand. The Summit Hotel Properties stock comes in as a strong buy with an average upside potential of 23.8%. Now moving over to some recent notable earnings reports. Starting off with SFIX, who reported a narrower than expected loss in their fiscal third quarter. Their loss narrowed to $18.8 million or 18 cents per share, compared to a loss of 33 cents per share a year ago and better than the 27-cent loss expected by analysts. Their revenue grew 44% to $535.6 million, up from $371 million a year earlier and easily toppling estimates of $511 million. SFIX also raised their revenue outlook for the full year, after previously lowering it due to the uncertainty stemming from the pandemic. Their stock has already jumped significantly in the pre-market. We've had several analysts reiterate price targets today, and they range from a downside of 5% to an upside of 31%. Also posting solid quarterly results is developer and producer of semiconductors Marvell. Revenues of $832.3 million surpassed the street's estimates of $804.2 million and jumped 20% from the year-ago period. Their earnings came in at 29 cents per share, beating the consensus estimates of 27 cents per share and soaring 61% year-over-year. Their CEO said that Marvell's outlook for strong revenue growth in the second quarter highlights robust demand across all our key end markets. I have never felt stronger about our prospects and believe that we are at the beginning of a multi-year growth cycle. Analysts currently rate the stock a strong buy, with an average upside potential of 24%. This morning, we're also expecting earnings reports from Momo, Academy Sports, and Navistar. And in the after hours, Best Incorporated, Casey's General Stores, and ABM Industries. Now let's take a look at which stocks are this morning's biggest gainers and losers. Starting off with our biggest gainer, which is Clover Health Investments. Under the ticker CLOV, they're currently up 36% in the pre-market, following a gain of 32% yesterday. We also have Wendy's under WEN, currently up 15%. And SFIX under SFIX, up 14%, as we said, following that solid earnings report. Our biggest losers this morning are led by Coupa Software. They trade under the ticker COUP and are currently down 9.6%, followed by Up Fintech Holding under TIGR, currently down 7.8%, and Federal Realty under FRT, also down about 7.9%. So that is everything for Tuesday's pre-market morning update, getting you up to speed with what you need to know before that opening bell. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and say good morning in the comments down below. I always love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to check out the TipRanks Instagram for other great stock-related content. The link will be in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and we will see you back here next time.